Hey, yo, it's your boy Sam Duke,
Hey, it's your man Tim McHale.
It's your boy Warren P.
and you are listening to another great episode of You
You
Good,
You
bruh?
good,
good,
bro?
bro? I got it right
Yes,
this
sir.
time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir. You got it.
I gotta get me a hot 16 off that track though.
Hey man, hey, that's a hot track, man. Shout out to my boy Big Crit. That's Children of the World.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's one of my favorite songs, man. He's
easily.
like, McKenna's like, you gotta let that shit run a little bit.
I do be thinking like, what the hell is he doing? He better stop. Can't stand that DJ.
I'm just saying, man. I love that song, man. So yeah, man. We once again back again, man.
You.
I wanted to start by just saying congratulations, Mikhail, for all the work that you're doing, and being on the Ryan Cameron show again yesterday.
I appreciate that, but this is our work, bro. This is
Yeah,
hey,
that's true.
that's how I see it. I mean, period.
But I mean, I'm just congratulating you, giving you flowers for what you did yesterday.
I appreciate
but not just that. I'm just be real because what he did was he takes on questions in almost a live-ish setting, and
Yeah.
and they're not easy. And everybody doesn't have the same presence of mind. Everybody doesn't necessarily agree with what he's saying, and so just being quick on your toes and just understanding, like, all right, look, I mean, I know there was at one point there was this one lady on there. She was like, I'm independent, and you're like, no, that's interdependence.
That's
I was
right.
like,
No.
hit her with the ma'am, you got to learn the English language.
Well, she kind of took a ooh. She was like, oh.
Oh yeah, she did. She was like, oh, actually, this Negro is right. He's correct. But what I will say is, yesterday was my heart was really full just listening to you do what you were doing, and also like while I was in the mall with my children just hanging out, I got an email from one of our listeners, somebody I don't know, and he just left such a good message. I mean, it kind of cut off at the end, but I did, I just wanted to share that with you guys because it's the work that we're doing that is being acknowledged by people that we haven't met, we don't know, but can live through the experience. I wanted to kind of share that with y'all really, really quick. Let me share this with y'all real quick.
It makes me smile on the inside, man.
Man, who you, bro? I was my wife was like, why are you grinning so much? I was like, bro, I'm just so happy that like what we're doing is resonating. Listen,
hey,
right
there, brothers. Just wanted to let you all know my name is Mark Brown, coming Detroit, Michigan. I just wanted to let you guys know that you all are inspirational, you all are educational, you all are needed within the community. A lot of people don't understand. Everybody goes through different trials and tribulations and experiences in life and different backgrounds. And you guys shed a lot of light, and you guys let everybody know that it's not just them going through issues or problems and things. And you all have been through certain things yourselves, and you all are bringing exposure to a lot of these things, and they're very important. I admire.
Oh wow.
but yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know, man. This, the work that we're doing, this streams, and people are listening. We're actually blessing and touching people that we don't even know, and sometimes, just doing this is not like we're getting a fat check at the end of the week every time we do these, but
Right.
every once in a while it's good to hear that. And so, Mark, if you're listening, I want to say thank you.
Yeah.
It definitely, put a battery in my back to continue to get out here and do what we're doing, and just to continue to, spread what it is that men are out here doing and what men are out here going through.
That's crazy to me. I gotta tell you, it's crazy because we're so, in my mind, not in reality. In my mind, I guess we're on the internet, so it's international,
Yeah.
but we local. I feel like. But to hear somebody,
I can see that. I can see what you mean. Like, it's like we all stay in the same,
right, vicinity, and
within the same 100 miles of each other, probably.
Right, and
so,
to hear somebody from our community in Detroit reach out, and he didn't have to.
No.
So that part is to take the extra time to reach out and express yourself and send uplift to three brothers that you don't know, man, I commend you for even doing that. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah,
And I
thank you,
feel
man.
saying,
Can I
I
say
feel
something
you.
real quick? I just have to
Yeah.
say one, thank you, Mark, for the message, and two, I'm probably gonna cry tears of joy just because I've always said in anything I do, no matter how much work I put in, how much time I put in, if I can just help shed light or give hope to one brother or sister, it's all worth it.
Every day.
Yep. And that's and I appreciate y'all brothers for just the commitment to what we're doing here, man. Because it's definitely life changing work, life altering work, and it's changed my life. So I know what it's doing. I can only imagine what it's doing for others. So with that being said, we always got to talk about something. I just came from the conclave of the greatest fraternity there is, known to man.
I'm gonna let y'all boys
Warren,
have that.
watch
It's not
that.
the
Watch
truth, but I'm
that.
gonna let y'all have that.
Watch that over there. So watch that over there.
Yeah,
But,
keep that
but
over
yeah,
there.
but yeah, it's funny because we went out. We hit Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte was covered in a sea of purple, and didn't know what happened to them. But we went out, we enjoyed ourselves, and it brought me back to a conversation we've been meaning to have here on the show, but we have not had it. While I was in Charlotte, of course, I have family, a wife, people still checking up on me, and for Omegas, if you don't know, when we're together, it's gonna be long nights and early mornings.
Early morning.
It's gonna be long nights and early mornings, and so through all that time, I mean, I had the time of my life. It was a blast. It was good to get around a whole bunch of other dudes that are like-minded and just hang out, have fun. And it's funny because my wife was just like, "You didn't call me. You didn't, you ain't text me enough. You was out there having all of that fun." And my wife don't sound like that, but basically that's the sentiments, though. It's the sentiments.
Right.
That's my
that's
my
what you
bondage
heard.
woman verse. Yeah, that's what I heard. That's how it registered. How it registered is like
Right.
that. But the reality is, I mean, it was just funny because I know that we've been meaning to have that conversation on here about how women don't like it when men have too much fun without them.
Oh yeah.
And so I just figured we'd just bring it on the show, and then kind of have that conversation.
Oh Lord.
Now, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I probably won't have too much to offer on this conversation. It would have to be previous experiences because I'm blessed with a wife to whereas if she's going out, hey baby, you have a good time. Check in with me, whatever. Or she takes solo vacations. Well, I take solo vacations. We check in, we call. You have your time. I have my time. It is what it is because we know, like, we need. I'm not gonna say fuck it. I'll say it. Sometimes we need breaks from each other. Not saying that it's we yelling and whatever, but OG once told me 2 people in a confined space are going to bump heads over and over and over again. And sometimes you need that space just to refresh. Even, I mean, we go to therapy, we have great communication skills, but sometimes, you just need that little moment to yourself just to refresh. So I'm blessed to have a woman that, understands that.
That's wonderful. How long y'all been married?
That's really good.
We will be celebrating a year on September the 4th.
That's good, man.
That's very good.
Hey,
Keep
more
it that
power
way.
to you. I don't keep it that way.
Hold on. I gotta say this, Warren. I'm gonna be clear. This is beyond vacation and time away. This is about you under the same roof, and say you go, your wife goes out to the grocery store or whatever, or she's coming home from work, but you're at home, you off today.
Yeah.
If she comes in the door and you decided to just stay in the bed all day,
Oh
she
no,
gonna she gonna have something to say. Like
no.
the things that we choose to do that bring us joy tend to irritate.
Okay, I give you
the
that.
living.
Okay, then I can speak on that then. Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, that
Okay.
I think that's the grander piece of it all.
Right.
Because I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm suffocated. You know, my wife isn't like one of those persons that's suffocating, but you know, it's like there seems to be a common trend. It could be I know one of the big things is the video games. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
man, I think I saw something online one day where this girl was like bringing her boyfriend plates of food. Like, I'm gonna cook for my man. I'm gonna do this. I'm
Yeah,
gonna do
I
that.
saw that.
And while she's bringing him the plates, he's on the game, right? And he's like on a video game. If you go underneath the comments, it's just a slew of women like,
Yes.
ain't no way I'm bringing no man, no plate while he's sitting there playing video games all the damn time. And I'm just like, what's the issue?
What's the problem?
Why is that a problem?
Right. Well, let's go even deeper than that. What's wrong with is it him playing the game you have a problem with, or the fact that she's bringing a plate, or both? Because I've heard something about any imaging that looks like the woman is serving the man in a non-carnal capacity is looked down upon. You
Really?
think about it. Yeah, if you think about it, like, you know, if we're talking about sex, you know, all bets are off because they enjoy that too. You know, they feel like they get something out of that. But if it's rubbing his shoulders, you know, or comforting him, bringing him a drink, lighting his cigar, bringing him a plate, you know, any type of capacity where she's not representing being served herself, it seems like it's frowned upon. And I don't know where that came from, where it became the new black to mistreat your black man. Like, I just don't, or to not treat your black man well, or to go above and beyond. Like, I don't know what that energy is, but I kind of feel like it's kind of the same energy that created the strong, independent woman energy that is kind of negative right now, because the net result of it has been single women. That it may come from the same energy that created that.
I mean, I actually kind of agree with you there. I feel as if, you know, we've had the woman fixing men plates discussion online. That's like a every other week discussion that people have. It's like, you fixing his plate, or, you know, why you got to fix his plate? He ain't got hands,
Right.
you know, all of this and that. And it's just like, you know, I think that's one piece. But then the other piece is just it seems as if the sheer manner of what it is that makes us happy, you know, what it is that we would like to do that does not have anything to do
with our wives, or
with our wives or our women or our girlfriends or whatever, seems to literally give them problems. I mean, I named the video games. Sports is another one I've seen.
Right.
You know, it's like, oh, you're just gonna be watching football. It's just
hear
like,
it every Sunday.
I mean, but it's like, okay, football is a season. It's
16 weeks.
16 weeks. 20 if your team is in the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah.
Playoffs.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a Falcons fan, so it's 16 weeks.
Yeah, it's
I'm a Raiders fan. So
it's 16 weeks for you too.
Right.
But yeah, so it's like those type of things. It's like, why is it such an issue? Why is us having fun and enjoying something genuinely that, you know, you may not be interested in, or you may not want to, you know, to deal with a problem, you know? And I've seen the hate. I've seen hate messages about it. I've seen women write up think pieces about how, like, yeah, these men are still just little boys out here playing video games, getting fat, watching TV, ignoring everything going on in the house, not being present, all of that, where it's like, he's not playing for 8 hours. You
I'm
know what I'm
telling
saying? He's handling responsibility. He's going to work.
I don't care if he's
Bills
playing
getting
8.
paid.
I don't care if he's playing 8 hours. That if you have an issue with bills not being paid, if you have an issue with him not working 8 hours, do people that not work 8 hours, do people that are not paying bills, do they not deserve some self-care? Because that's technically what we are talking about. We're not talking about him going outside of the family, making other kids. We're not talking about, because if he's playing video games for 8 hours, guess what? He ain't.
He ain't
He ain't in the street.
Yeah, he ain't in the streets. Yeah.
Right. So we're not talking about somebody that's not just, reckless. We're talking about him taking a moment out of possibly his own misery. Because if we really reflect on, I remember when we first talked about it, we looked at some of the things that men were facing and how they could cope with in a healthy way, things that they could do. And as we started listing the things that commonly fall in our lap, things to do, these were things that women actually detest or felt like we should grow out of. I will tell you, as a clinician, I actually feel like people need to wake the inner child up and explore that energy, because that was a space of joy. Kids do what make them happy. Yep. So if you find yourself not happy, when you reflect on when the last time you were happy, really happy, and you were always excited when you woke up and what you can get into, that was when we were younger. Why not wake that energy up and infuse it into your life at whatever age you are now? What would your life look like with that kind of energy, with that type of passion?
It'd be way too much fun for some of these women.
And that's hate.
And I want to be clear. I don't want this to be like a woman hating episode. I want this to be clear, because I want them to understand what it sounds like from a man's perspective. I wanted, I had to make it clear to my wife that when you come at me for enjoying things that I enjoy, it makes it seem as if I can't have fun around you. Mm-hmm. I can't, I literally have to exclude you from things that bring me joy solo.
Right. I don't. You taint it.
Because you bringing the vibe down. Right. You fucking with the vibe. Vibes. And so it's like I would like to be able to do certain things where you I like to watch sports and know that you ain't over there mad somewhere because you fucking with the vibe.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I would like to be able to play the game knowing that when I come upstairs, you ain't gonna be, did you have fun? You know what I'm saying? I don't want
right.
Why, yes, I did.
I'm gonna have a good time. But what I'm saying is
you don't want to share it. You don't want to share it. Yeah.
You're creating an atmosphere where I can't enjoy myself.
So
without you signing off on it.
So that's what I was about to, I got an example. So I liken myself to be a foodie, right? And Sam, you met my wife. She ain't no foodie.
Nah, your wife eat what she
eats exactly what she eats. She eats it consistently, no deviation. But if anybody know anything about foodies, we like to talk about the experience that we're having, this epicureal experience. I can't do that with her. But then she's like, well, why don't you just go pick a restaurant and go? I said, because you're sitting across from me scowling. You're
mad because they ain't got chicken fingers.
Right, man. No, chicken wings.
Oh, chicken. I'm sorry. Mad because they don't fry your wings hard.
Right, exactly.
I'd be mad too about that though.
But it depends on where you're at though. It depends on where you're eating at. You get what I'm saying?
But it has limited my opportunity to do it. So after all these years, I finally said, F it, I'm gonna just eat alone. Which really is not a foodie experience, but hey, but that's what it ended up being. I had to kind of choose myself over the couple experience, and that was something and she's okay with me excluding her out of it. But you know, it may be like, well, all right, Negro, it's been 3 hours. You know, how many pieces of lobster did you get? Like, what? Bring your ass home. You know, it's like,
I can understand that part.
but you know, I have a drink. You may have, you know, I ain't finna drink.
Yeah,
and
I
drive.
mean,
yeah,
you may be experiencing the place. You get what I'm saying? It may be, you know, one of those places that's not just about the food. It may be about the ambiance, the experience, the vibe.
I ended up talking to the chef at the last spot. That's what I'm saying.
mean, yeah.
So
that's what a foodie would do.
That's what a foodie would do.
I just had to interject. As being a former server, shout out to Papa Do's. I hated when people would sit at my table for longer than an hour because I'm trying to flip and make money. So I hated you foodies when y'all came.
You don't hate
Papa Do's ain't that type
you
of
won't hate
restaurant.
this one.
You won't hate
because
this one.
I'm gonna tip you for the time I'm sitting there.
That's right.
Yeah, if I'm sitting there 2-3 hours, you're gonna get a fat tip.
I'm gonna tell you something, Warren. But foodies don't go to Papa Do's.
I said that later on. Hey, well, up and coming foodie.
That's the scammers and the strippers.
Yeah, that's a scam and the stripper.
Hey, shout out to
the scammers and strippers.
But back to the topic at hand. Yeah. Man. So do you feel as if, you know, men are given enough latitude, enough space to enjoy themselves?
Absolutely not.
You know, just pure enjoyment.
Absolutely not.
In most cases, no.
Absolutely not.
I hear it from my friends who are single, married, engaged now. When I was single, and when Whitney and I first started dating, oh, that was a battle. You ask her how she feels about the NBA playoffs. Ask her how she feels about the NBA.
You know, traumatized them.
Well, she got trauma from the NBA playoffs.
Oh my god! You know, I'm like, bro, like,
did she play
this? I want to do that. I'm like, yo, it's the playoffs. What you? We can do something before then, but yo, this is the best time of the year. And then on Sundays, like say Saturday, well, I know I can't ask you to do anything on Sunday because you're going to be watching football all day. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
probably some weed, food, yeah, enjoying the ambiance. Because I'll tell you straight up, with me, I'm a homebody. I don't like doing too much. But when I like, you know, hey, this is me time in the crib. Hey man, I ain't trying to be bothered. And if you're gonna come and watch the games with me, I really ain't trying to have conversations and stuff like that. I'm yelling at the TV. Oh, why are you yelling? Hey man, I'm passionate about this. Like, I am passionate about this. So understanding. I mean, we're still a new married couple, so we're learning. But I think for me, with women having an issue with that, it's more so it's a little bit of jealousy. I'm not gonna say unhealthy jealousy, but a little bit of jealousy to whereas, oh, you having fun without me? Like, I want to be a part of it. It could be for some that it makes, you know, they want to be the ones to bring a smile on our face, and they get a little bit jealous when they see something else that does.
Hey, man.
That's my theory. I may be wrong, but that's my theory.
I could appreciate that theory. I mean, if we could work to try to prove it, you know, to test the hypothesis. But, you know, do we give them any heartache about nails getting done?
Nope.
Girl dinners, girl night, girl anything that they put in front of and after. Like, I think that we're talking about a fairness algorithm. Just fairness, right? Period. If I'm having, let's look at it this way. You know, we have a perception of what men should be. There's a video floating around. I sent you guys about the strong woman. And the thing is, we have to be strong men, which implies that we can't be anything else. You know what I mean? And what we're really talking about is a relief or an escape, if you will, from that pressure. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Like, we're needing a break from, you said refresh earlier, you know, being the Warren that you have to be with. You did. I need a break from being Mikhail. I can't always be the level-headed therapist. I got to have some ratchet ignorances, opportunities, and laughter and silliness too. But why does it have to include my wife.
Bruh, look,
I mean,
Virgil is on here. What he said is the truth, man. Look at this. He says, "I love girls' night." Like we're talking about what I'm saying is like no, but it's the truth. Like when my
It's the
wife
truth.
goes out, I love it. Like I'm
I
like
have a
yes,
ball.
like it's a great time. You get what I'm saying? And it's just crazy. It's crazy that like from if you look at it from the reverse aspect, it's not to say that my wife hates it when I go out, but it's you can feel like when I know I'm about to be out for a little while, I can feel the tension shift in my home.
Mhm.
Like I can feel like she has to prepare herself for me not being around in the way that I'm usually around. And so it's just like, it's sometimes I even feel a little uneasy. I'm like, hold up, wait now. I don't start treating me bad just because you want to feel good about me leaving this house. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
but I think that's the thing is like from a man's perspective, we enjoy women having their own level of self-enjoyment. You get what I'm saying? And
Right.
and yeah, Virgil's like they try to start an argument. That's exactly what starts to happen. It's like they sit in that corner like this nigga. What you about to go out here and do? I'm going to conclave. I feel like my wife put a whole like don't cheat on me package together, which is fine. I enjoyed it,
Right.
but but she had like a whole like put together thing to make sure that you got this, you got that. But she also was like standoffish for the whole day before I had to go. I'm like, man,
All right.
it's okay.
All right.
It's
so
all right.
What I hear is you're saying that our wives or our significant others, for the brothers that are not married that are listening, are in a state of anxiety about the potential. Warren, you said that we discovered fun without them in our lives, as if that would be a chink in the armor. And
Exactly.
Sam, you're saying it's anxiety about, if I release him into this world, will someone or something be better than what he has at home? Is that what I'm hearing from both of you?
Potentially.
But that's the anxiety going on.
Exactly. I think that's the anxiety of it. It's just like, okay, I know he's gonna be out all night. I don't know what he's gonna be doing. And especially depending on like for what I was going for, it's like women travel across the nation to come see the Qs enjoy themselves. And so
cutting up out there.
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. Bible study,
Sorry,
prayers, Bible study,
it's
church service,
right? Wholesome things,
wholesome things. Yes, volunteer
community
work,
service. Absolutely,
those type of things. That's all that we were doing. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. There's some anxiety there, bro. There has to be.
Yeah, I mean, because let's be honest. In most relationships, women tend to overthink a lot more than men, and men tend not to think enough. So
there's a point made there, bro.
So it's like, that's part of the whole balance thing. And I know for me specifically, let's say I'm out. We do it, and I used to hate this term when I was single, and I would hear women say it like, he needs to check in. And I'm like, that's a grown man. Don't no grown man need to check in with anybody. But now that, I'm married, been in a relationship, it's like, okay. And a woman had to break it down to me. She was like, we worry, we think about certain things. So if we don't hear from you, our mind starts racing and 1,000 thoughts comes through our head. And social media doesn't make it any better. So I do the check-in like at 90 minutes. I'm like, let me check in 90 minutes to 2 hours. Let me check in just to give her that sense of calmness and peace. Like, hey, baby, I'm good. I'm at my boy crib. We smoking, playing the game, whatever, something like that. Or if I'm out, like 9 times out of 10, I hate going out now anyway. So I'm probably texting her if I'm in a lounge or something anyway, just because I'm like, so I can get why, especially going out, they feel the way they feel, because they know, like you said, your wife feeling a certain way the day before you left. In her mind, she's probably thinking about all the things that can go wrong versus I think Sam's going to have a lot of fun out there.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that.
I don't know. You made me think about that.
I don't really do the check-in thing, but
yeah, I think I do.
And my wife,
I'm pussy.
I think she's no. I'll just say this: my wife, she's like one of those people. She says I lose my mind when I'm like out. She's like, you act like you don't have a family, and you act like you don't have. I'm like, yo, I am out. Like I don't go. I'm like you, Warren. I don't go out much, but when I'm outside, I'm outside, bro. I'm not coming back for a good little minute, and so I have started understanding the idea of checking in. You know, I'm not saying we don't have that issue, but at the same time, I do it just to let her know I'm safe. So she actually checks in with me, like 2:00 in the morning. Usually is the time when she checks in. Are you alive? And I respond, yes, I'm alive.
Hold on,
and
you be out past 2? Shit.
Oh,
I mean,
I told you if I'm out, bro, I'm out. If I'm out, I'm out. I don't go out often, but if I'm out, bro, I'm not coming home for a minute. It's gonna be Waffle House had.
Wow, this is interesting because it's 3 different houses and 3 different modalities in terms of how we operate. That's interesting. I'm digging this. Just the concept of the commonality.
Yes,
what about you? I would like to.
I
like to.
I want to say this real quick. Yes, ladies, man. Woman hating Warren checks in and does all these things.
Hello.
Yes. But go ahead, Mikhail. I just had to throw that in there.
No, it's cool. It's good. I just, so for me, I think, well, my wife, she's just like, she don't think I go out enough. And I'm not that interested in going out because when I was out here in these streets, like you say, I was in these streets. You know, it was, and my whole crew. I mean, we got war stories upon war stories about being in these streets. Good times, if you will. And honestly, I'm burned out. Like I have zero interest in clubs, zero interest in lounges. Even like I'll get out, mix it up. I prefer cookouts at home with my bar, our hookah, the hookah thing, cigars. I got a pool. Like I'm doing daddy lamp stuff. Like I'm chilling. And so she's like, go out, and I be inviting everybody over, just come on by, come through. We'll grill, we'll drink. I don't have an interest in being out there because, and I learned my lesson. I went out one day this year. It sounds crazy.
One day this year.
It was from one of my homeboys that was from my crew. It was his birthday. And the thing is that these streets, they brutal. As soon as I got to the spot, me and my whole crew started showing up. And back in the day, we had a good time with the ladies, right? And the energy started right back up. As soon as we got there, like all the women that weren't even part of our party just kind of started to circle the blood. It was like blood in the water.
Really?
Yeah, because these streets are harsh, bro. I mean, it's like if you got a group of men that look like they got their shit together, and they at the bar and they having drinks and laughing, and the bartender's laughing, and she's a cutie, and as soon as
so. I mean, it's funny because it gives you an idea of like how women be lurking on a different level.
They be lurking on a different level, and I'm telling you, our wives know it. So when we're out, that's what the anxiety is about. Like, but for me, I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. That's what happened inside of me. It wasn't like, oh, let me settle in and holler at this girl. It was like, yo, I don't need to be here.
He's like, bro, I ain't buying no drinks. He's like, don't worry about me. You ain't
right. Get out of me. Me and 2 of the other crew are married, and we bounced. We all looked at each other and we were like, yo, you see this?
Nah.
Yeah. It's a small world.
I'm just saying. So my house is different. And when Courtney goes out, I used to be like, yo, you don't think you need to, and it was based on my impression of what a wife should do and what a husband should do. It wasn't
Yeah.
really based on how I really felt. Because it turns out she indicated to me that it irritated her that when she came in from hanging out with the girls, I was in the bed asleep.
Oh,
Because she was like, "Oh, you wouldn't even
she's like,
concerned
you weren't worried about me getting in.
I could have got killed. I could have got snatched up, and your ass would have woke up. And that, like, it was more about that than
Yeah.
anything else. So, I mean,
See,
it's
the
you was at-
overthinking.
It's the overthinker. You at home sleeping like a baby. You okay with her having as much fun as possible.
She texted me,
Eh,
"I'm on the way," and I ain't responded.
Oh man. Damn it, Mikhail.
You better call.
Auto response, okay.
But hey, man, but that's you know what? That's a part of the whole fun aspect, though. You allow her, or not allow, because we're all grown,
Right.
but you're okay with her having fun to that degree. It's like, I'm going to bed, have as much fun as possible. My wife stay up right up until I pull my car in the fucking garage.
Wow.
Most times. And I told you, I be out, but I'll pull up. She'll be asleep on the couch, or on the couch just watching something, and I have to like either say, "Come on, let's go and get up, get upstairs, go to bed, whatever." But that's the degree of, I guess, anxiety that she has, or whatever the case may be. But to bring this back around and having a good time, like, I think we have to emphasize how important it is, even though the odds are kind of against us with the women and that we have, or whatever the case may be. It's so important for us to enjoy ourselves, and that's what I got from the conclave, man. It was just like, man, it just feels so good to just take a day, 2 days to just exist. You don't have any real plans, you're around people with good energy, and it for me, it just resonated in a real way. Like, this is something that I shouldn't wait 2 years to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's more so. It's like, from my standpoint, I want to emphasize to the fellas listening and to the women that's listening how important it is for men to actually have that time, because a lot of times we won't get a chance to do that. We always hustling. Our worth is seen in what we bring to the table as far as
Right.
finances and stuff, and that doesn't leave a lot of time for just arbitrary, fun.
Yeah,
Especially men in relationship.
It's not, well, yeah. You got to be specific about what fun is. Like,
Yeah.
there's adult fun. There's fun with your kids. There's fun with your wife. And I actually kind of feel like fun with your wife is more adult fun. So what that means is me, her, and another couple can go out, or 2 other couples can go out and hang out and have a good time.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about is our interest, our hobbies, our things that are unique to us. One of my good friends just restarted art drawing, because he's a writer by trade, but he and I grew up together. We used to make comic books, and he had just made a post. He's been working on about 40 pieces over the last year and a half, and ain't nobody else in his studio. It's just him dressed in black with ink. And I think that time that his wife was allowing him that time so that could be a place of peace for him is what I'm talking about. It's about really being able to identify a safe space, a place of peace. If it's in front of me and I'm playing The Division or I'm playing Call of Duty or whatever, that's my space.
Yeah.
To process the stress that I got from the day. And if they can't respect that space, then to me, that's a problem.
And I also want to add to that. I know in some of the conversations I had previously with women in regards to like men doing certain stuff without them, It's a feeling of, okay, why can't we have fun together, as if that is a knock, like, oh, that doesn't mean you can't have fun with me, or I'm the issue, or I'm the problem. And it's like, no, this has nothing to do with you. It's not necessarily, oh, I can't have fun with my lady. It's just like, no, there's, as you said earlier, there's different degrees of fun, and you need to tap into those things. To whereas, I've seen, and I don't know if y'all have seen it on like Twitter or Facebook, women, I see a lot of women post, oh, my man will be here for like 8-10 hours and I get sad when he leaves. Like, why can't you stay longer? Majority of the men I know and hang with ain't built like that. But for them, it's like, oh, I can be up under him all day. And the men, like, especially in your single days, you're like, when you gonna leave? Like,
when you gonna get out of here?
Like, and you could have loved the girl or loved spending time with her, but it's just like,
but it's
like men who go by the bar on their way home. It's just like, this is my little moment of peace to myself. Men who will stay in the bathroom for a very long time just to be like, okay.
That's typically when you got kids, though.
Bro, that's the only place. The bathroom is the only place in my home where I have full peace.
Boy, please, my kids still not gonna know.
Man,
I'm like, I am in the restroom, like,
to the point where one time I caught myself in there. It's about like 45 minutes. I'm like, bro, I need to leave this. This is not. This is not healthy.
Like, baby, this is okay.
But if you were to ask my children, like, where does daddy go? Where's daddy's special place? They'll tell you it's the bathroom. Like, because I got it's my space. The door is closed.
Right.
And I just hang out there as long as I can, as long as they'll let me.
Don't mind saying YouTube video. I mean, but that's interesting that we have to, go to this process to find safe spaces. Some people is sitting in the car before they go in the house. You mentioned, Warren, some people stopping by the bar, or if you're in the South Georgia area, stopping by the Shot House, like, just marking, if you will, territory that nobody is allowed to come into except for whoever you invite, which typically won't be your wife or your kids. And I mean, I think about what you said about the OG, Warren. Like, is it really about you need to refresh yourself, or is it you need to be or reset to prepare yourself to be this strong male leader, in this household? Because if you're not doing strong male leader things, you lose value to your family. Is that how? Because I honestly, that's how I feel like it seems like we can't be little boys. We can't enjoy ourselves and laugh gutturally without having a drink in our hands.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's off limits for us to do anything, boy. Like, Sam, with me and firearms. Every time, every time she see me with a firearm or something firearm related in my hands, it's them looks.
Yeah, you get all this.
I'm like, but I'm fun. I'm having fun. I'm
enjoying something that she wants nothing to do with. It's over with. There's no way she's gonna be like, oh yeah, man.
It's stupid.
He love that. Nah,
video game is stupid.
Have y'all ever seen the movie Fences with Denzel and Viola Davis?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Then because my wife and I watched that together, and she asked me after the movie, when Denzel was telling Viola, and he found out he had the lady pregnant, and she was like, what is it that I did? And he looked at her and was like, you did everything right, you were perfect. But he was like, when I'm with her, I can just relax, I can laugh, I don't have to be this guy like that you put on me. Like, I can just have fun, I can breathe. You did everything right, but in this environment, it's just like, I can chill. And I'm not saying that eradicates him of doing something so foul,
his responsibilities.
But what I'm saying is, you know, it humanized the action to me, because it's just like, you know, I think about so many black men, how many conversations we had about the stress, why men die earlier and stuff like that, because, you know, society puts that on us, to whereas we have to be strong, you know, alluding to the video that you sent me with, you know, the black women talking about being strong, independent women. And I sent you back the message after I made the joke. Like, damn, we really saying some of the same things.
We saying the same
like,
thing. We're going through similar stuff.
We just can't let our hair down. Well, for some of us, that's not possible. But
not possible.
But
figuratively
like
and literally.
Yeah, but it's just like, you know, and that always resonated with me. And like, my wife had asked me, it's like, yo, if you ever get to that point, like, please let me know, because you know, I know the young lady in the movie. I know the young lady in the movie didn't know, like, her husband was going through that. So it's just like, but
don't impregnate anybody else.
Yeah, like, it can relate to anybody else. And I feel at the same time we gotta, you know, ask our women the same thing, especially after, you know, seeing that video of like, damn, like they feel the same way we feel in regards to that. But that's for another episode.
Okay, let's do this. Let's flip the script, okay? Because I think we've hammered the point home that we know that women, for the most part, don't really like you doing certain things or having certain levels of fun without them. Bet. Now let's flip the script. Now, what has your wife or your woman done for you? Well, we all married, so your wife has done for you to kind of help you bring in that piece? I'll start. My wife she saw that I started taking a liking to golf, and so she started buying me golf things, and she started seeing like how much I was into it. And I think it's a sport that I think she approves of, because she doesn't necessarily approve of all the gun stuff like Mikhail's wife, but she does approve of the golf habit. And so you see how she supports it. She buys me nets, she gets me golf clothes, she gets me, like, you know, the shoes, all that type of stuff. And so exactly. And so in what ways has your woman potentially, you know, brought some peace into your life with something that brings you enjoyment?
I'll start with, on Father's Day, she bought me a grill. You know, one of my places of peace is, you know, coming up was cooking. Like, I like to put on for my people. That was, you know, in my previous, I talk about my previous life as a single man. Even though I was in the streets, I was known for having, you know, kickbacks at my spot, you know, making drinks, cooking, all this other stuff. And yeah, she benefits from the fact that I have a grill. You know,
she gonna eat good.
She gonna eat good, but you know, don't nobody mess with me when I'm grilling. The kids, you know, they kind of, Dad, you grilling? Okay. You know,
that's a good point. That's a real good point, bro. That's a real good point.
And so that's in while I'm grilling, I had me a little drink on the side. You know, it could be a fruity drink. It could be the drink, you know, it could be a brown or white or a fruity drink, whatever. But it's me, that grill, and my thoughts. And that's like a place of peace for me. And she created that, because when we first moved into this house, the movers pretty much manhandled my grill, and it wasn't functional no more.
Oh, damn.
And I didn't find out until I tried to go grill, and that was a month after we had, you know, lived here. So I've been without a grill all this time, but I had been shopping, and my son, you know, kind of went through my laptop and saw the grill I was looking at buying on the screen, and he showed it to his mom, and the rest is history.
Oh, that's nice.
That's dope. That's dope.
That's really, you know, that really gave her a lot of points for
me.
Yeah.
Big up to big up to the wife. What about you, Warren?
I'll say two things. The best gift somebody's ever got me. You know how we bitched about like Sunday football and all that. She bought me tickets to see the Raiders play when they were in Oakland, and paid for the hotel. And you know, that's to this day I say, like, that's the best gift I ever got in my life.
It was just you by yourself?
Yeah, I remember my boys.
Oh, that's
like, hey,
that's
you
amazing.
got to marry.
That is amazing.
I was about to say she sealed the deal if she hadn't
Yes.
sealed it in.
Yeah, but
Very smart, Whitney. Very smart.
Yeah.
That was the one right there. That man, I remember crying. I was so happy out there because a cat has been broke most of his life, so that wasn't even. And that was their last season playing in Oakland too.
Oh,
their last televised game.
That's really
so
cool.
It was love. But I say on a consistent basis, like I'm a hardcore wrestling fan. She doesn't do it as much just because I haven't asked or like brought it up to her, like. But when we used to watch, events together, because I'm there like every pay-per-view event. She would, get liquor or get food, whatever, because she really ain't into it. She watches it sometimes, but it was just to give me that place of peace. Or, like I said, I don't go out much. When there's certain things, she'll buy or give me money to buy herbal essences because she knows that helps me to relax and be at peace and enjoying some of those events I watch. So it's like little things like that, to whereas she helps the vibe be a more pleasant one by doing little things like that.
No, that's really cool, man. And I think that just showing you guys that have been listening and women that have been listening, we ain't coming too hard on y'all. We just wanted to make it clear that there are some spaces where y'all could give us a little bit more room for
Grace.
fun. Yeah, a little bit more grace, a little bit more room for fun. And there are also some spaces where you guys are looking out for us as well. And so we just need to make sure that because society doesn't like to see Black boy joy. You know what I'm saying? They don't enjoy it. And so it's for us to create the lane so that we can have as much of that as possible. And so, I just don't want you guys to be a barrier to that because you're not included in some of what we got going on. And I think we've hit this one pretty good, fellas. I appreciate the back and forth, the conversation, and for more conversations like these, the people that are listening is You Good Bro Podcast, Facebook, Instagram, and Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube now.
Yeah. Shout out to Virgil.
And it's YG Bud Podcast on Twitter. Shout out to Virgil. Actually, shout out to Jackie and Brandon. They're watching too. They're sending me text messages as well. So shout out to everyone that's watching us right now. And this episode will be coming out in a couple weeks. All right, y'all. Have a good one. I'm Sam Dupe. I'm good.
I'm Tel McHale. I am good.
I'm Warren P. and I'm good.
All right.
Dro.
And just like that, we're gone.
Dro.